9 years ago, on November 25, 2011, the well-known and iconic US clothing brand Patagonia came out with full-page ads in the New York Times and asked their customers and readers not to buy their jackets. Now, this was completely counterintuitive for a consumer brand that would naturally want to sell more, but in this case was doing exactly the opposite. Patagonia, since its inception almost 50 years ago, has been concerned with environmental conservation and has been driven by its agenda of sustainability efforts. So, its ad was primarily based on its apprehensions of the growing culture of consumption and the finite economy of nature. The full page ad of the New York Times by Patagonia, which incidentally appeared on a Black Friday, a holiday in which stores sell the most in a single day, actually asked consumers for two things: A, to buy less, and B, to think twice before they purchased anything. Call it a clarion call, a wake-up call, or a reverse psychology marketing strategy. The overarching message of the ad was to reimagine a world where we only consumed what nature could replace. The Patagonia ad, though a decade old, is a sobering reminder for us to reflect not only on our fashion footprints, but also to keep in mind the enormous capacity of our wardrobes and our closets to irreversibly impact the planet and our climate. But who really are the so-called culprits behind our bulky closets, bursting with far too many clothes than we need? It is nothing else but the hugely successful and profitable business model of fast fashion that fuels the supply based on fashion trends, knockoffs, quick turnarounds, and marketing, which leads to insatiable consumers always wanting to have more and more and more. The demand side is influenced by a disposable and throwaway culture that thrives on peer pressure driven by social media and other similar psychosocial influences. The resource utilization and adverse consequences of fast fashion are well known and well documented. For instance, Gurgaon has a population of 10 lakh people. Now imagine that there was no water in Gurgaon for a period of not only 1 or 2 or 3 but 5 years. Not a single drop of water. Now the amount of water used by the global fashion industry in 1 year is enough for 5 years water that is used in Gurgaon. Similarly, the carbon footprint of the seemingly harmless fashion industry is far greater than the combined damage from all international flights and all maritime shipping. It is also interesting to mention that the Ellen MacArthur Foundation tells us that global production of clothing has doubled in the last 15 to 20 years. Naturally, the pace of apparel manufacturing has also accelerated our consumption. Today, we are buying 60% more clothing than we did 20 years ago in the year 2000. And not only do we buy more, we also naturally, again, discard more as a result of our overconsumption. What next? Fortunately, the world is waking up to the damage caused by fast fashion. Sustainable business models are getting fueled by the principles of circular economy that designs out the waste and pollution, keeps products and materials in use for longer, and is based on the transition to renewable sources of energy. Corporates, too, are under far more pressure and scrutiny from their customers, from their shareholders, from media, and from the think tanks to innovate and to come up with sustainable materials, sustainable solutions, and sustainable business practices. With celebrities like Emma Watson advocating for clean fashion to an audience of almost 60 million Instagram followers, and with the efforts of many other celebrities, sustainability is slowly becoming much more mainstream. Brands like Stella McCartney and Gucci have for long adopted policies that are planet-friendly, animal-friendly, and nature-friendly. No talk of fast fashion would be complete without a mention of Swedish clothing retailer H&M, Hennes & Mauritz, and the Spanish retailer Zara. The clothing giants have been dominating the fast fashion industry for the past few decades. Though the environmental damage caused by brands is irreversible, they are now taking relatively firmer actions to mitigate harm due to the life cycle of clothing production. For instance, H&M has created a sustainable clothing line called H&M Conscious, in which products must contain at least 50% sustainable materials, such as organic cotton and recycled polyester, whereas Zara has announced that in the next 5 years, that is by 2025, all their clothes will be 100% sustainable. Closer home in India, celebrities like Dia Mirza, Tapsi Pannu, Katrina Kaif, Richa Chadda, and many others are proudly showing off their sustainable clothing. Countless other young women and men are fueling the trend of thrift shopping and clothes swapping. Suddenly, you are hearing much more about recycling, organic materials, fair trade certification, fair labor practices, and inclusive sizes. In the end, it all boils down to individual understanding and individual acceptance of how one ought to take action for one's own fashion footprint. As I said earlier, many more people across the world are today shopping at thrift stores and swapping clothes with friends. They are far more critical of brands that pollute and disregard the environment. They are waging innovative hashtag-driven social media campaigns and are wanting to hold the brands to being accountable. They are speaking and they are acting on the principles of reuse, repair, recycle, and reduce. Before I take your leave, I just want to say that fashion is not the only footprint that we need to keep in mind. One needs to be conscious about food, travel, mobility, electricity, and waste footprints as well. I also believe that how far you travel in your personal journey of sustainability is not that important. But what is more important is that you choose to undertake that journey. I know that it's not going to be easy. You will most likely fumble in the beginning, but you will slowly start figuring out your way and will finally forge a lifestyle that takes into account the well-being of our planet, a home that is shared by us all together. I wish you well in your journey. Thank you so much.